sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
My set, my team. Deuce. I got him, on me.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Come on, let's go. 59's Mike. Check.
Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 12 yards there and a first down.
Let's go.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
59. I got you. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". 24. It's going to be a long day. Mike, check. 59. I'm here.
Watson on first down. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Let's go.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Newton. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Here's Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 23 yards on the play.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gano the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him at just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Mike 35, Mike 35. And keep it up, keep it up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 49, check 49. I'm 34. Mike 35. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 35's the mic.
Watson with a give to Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check, check, check. Watch the edge. Watch the safety. 31. Hey, no timeout.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Just like that. Just like that. Hey, 31. 59. Orbit. I know he ain't got it. Mike 5'9". Mike 5'9". Switch up. Mike, check. 59.
Watson to throw on third down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 40 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Brings up second and 11 at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got it.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 11.
Mike set. 19. Watch the pass.
Watson just beating the play clock. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and 7.
Set. 19. Get ready. 124. 97's the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh, 97's the mic. 97.
Here's Watson on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gun. Hey.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Second and 10. Newton again. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
You got it.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael PaLaMD. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Mike 5'9",
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This is it. 19. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
19. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, let's get this. Let's go.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he fires one incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch 35, Mike 35. You must be dreaming.
From the gun, here's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
56. Hey, pick your game. 55. Whip. Watch the whip. Take 4. 61.
Now it's Miller. And fights through one man. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 12, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Crunch. Slam. You got tight right there. 36. Undercrunch.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton. That is caught at the 7. 23 yards the pickup there.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago. 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
They'll run with Miller. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
To throw is Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Fourth down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. He'll return it from the 6. Oh, look at the juke. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Get him, get him, get him. Switch, switch, switch. 8. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. To throw is Newton. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Touchdown, Houston! Lamar Miller, his third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
That's it. Like 80, 20.
On first and 10, Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Again, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Let's go, D.
Newton now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, we got 4 down. Mike 35, Mike 35. 26. You better bring it. 35's the Mike.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Panthers.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
We got 3.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. From the 44, Newton. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Newton. And right side caught, Hogan. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 37. Let's go.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Check 3. 8. 20.
Newton on first down. Over the middle to Smith. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Scarborough. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Newton. Off to Thomas on the left side. 11 yards there, first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy complete.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And now they have taken a 4th-quarter lead.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Watson on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant. 35's the Mike. Here we go, here we go. Mike 35, Mike 35.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. A give, the first man through, Gillespie, the fullback. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Let him know.
Now it's Watson. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Fuller. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Let's go, baby.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, get him, you got it.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Watch the run, watch the run. Alert. Check 59. All that. Mike's 59. Watch the out. Mike 5'9".
He'll look to throw. Miller with first down and more. His throw caught at about the 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll go with Foreman, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
First down, Panthers.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Panthers, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans,